Is this a new couch?
Hello! I have promised a while ago that I'm gonna make a video, vlog slash sit down video explaining how I make my deep dives. First and foremost, you're probably gonna be able to hear some rain, but it rains 24/7 in Vancouver, baby. I cannot stop it. So I have to just, film while it's raining. So I'm going to explain the process first, right? Number one, the topics. My videos in terms of what kind of deep dives I'm going to do in the future are really easy to predict. It takes me roughly 4 months of everyday work to make a proper deep dive, Usually it's media from the 2000s, media that's kind of girly and related to fashion in one way or another. Even if it's not very fashionable, it has really interesting designs in general. So the succession so far of the big deep dives was Sailor Moon, Winx, Bratz, and the next one is gonna be Witch, Witch. I don't know if you're familiar, I have this random one right here. It's like a graphic novel series from the 2000s. It's also Italian, just like Winx, and they had a cartoon as well that was made with Disney. And I think that I actually haven't read that many of the chapters when I was a kid because I was actually just watching the cartoon. So this one is gonna be the next one, and then after that, Totally Spies. Number two is I watch the content and I kind of decide what I'm gonna be talking about, what I'm not gonna be talking about. Number three, the actual process of watching all of that. I usually do it in a way of first, watching it without taking notes. And then second, I'm rewatching everything and I'm taking notes. It's a little bit difficult to do, I'm not gonna lie to you, because to get through all of that content really quickly, I do have to watch it basically from morning till night. I have to be doing it quite fast because I need to start working on the actual, scripting and stuff. And I noticed that if I'm taking notes while I'm watching it from the very beginning, I write down a lot of things that are a little bit too hypercritical. And it's not that those criticisms are not valid or something, it's just that I need to see which parts I'm going to remember, which ones are memorable, right? Which ones work for you when you just casually watch a show, which parts are annoying even if you're not taking notes, right? And you're not paying attention to literally everything. I can compare the two and be like, this is an issue, but it didn't affect the overall feel of the show, to be honest. It kind of gives me a little bit more perspective. So I have to do 2 watches through, and yes, it is excruciating. I'm not gonna lie. Even if you like the IPs, and that's the thing, I only do things that I can at least somewhat like. The only show out of the 4 that I've done that I did not enjoy was Fate, but even then, it's not like, it's a very short show, so it wasn't that bad, Number 4, after taking notes, I start to highlight everything, every point that I've made, and there's like usually hundreds of points by the end. I have to color it a certain color, make it easier for me to write the actual parts. So the way that I separate deep dives is always intro, art direction, writing, design, world building, and outro. I obviously have to add some things that are kind of miscellaneous or they don't fit with the rest. Usually it's the movies, because they are separate from TV shows usually, like they have a different style or they're literally a live action. This is usually how I handle my deep dives. I have this section, so intro, outro, art direction, writing, design, and games. Usually games are replaced with world building, but we're talking about Bratz. World building is not very important. I'm also going to create a little chart for the completing of the outfits, and I'll show you that later. Basically, the way that it works is I have watching. Here it's going to be kind of all of this together, and then this one separately because the gaming is going to be separately. Then I have script writing, costume, then filming, then editing, and then checking. Because the thing is, I have to check for copyright and I have to check for mistakes. So I usually rewatch a piece, like a portion of the video that I finished editing, and at the same time I'm uploading it to the channel. Put a check mark here if the copyright is fine and if I don't have any mistakes. If I do, I fix things, I re-edit things so they don't get copyrighted and whatever. And the reason why I'm doing it separately like that is because each section is like 20 minutes, for example, but altogether it's 2 hours. So it's like a bit of a difficult task to do this on a laptop, and I'm doing everything on a laptop. So And each usually has a color. So I usually put art direction as orange, writing as pink, design as yellow, world building as blue, and I kind of usually go with that system in terms of color coding it. So I use the highlighter and I highlight all the world building points with the blue highlighter, go through all the notes and do that, and then I do that with every single other color because that makes it easier for me to be writing a section. So then I start writing the script. I usually pick one of the sections that kind of feels like I have more to say about right at that moment. Starting writing the sections is the most annoying part, and it's always the hardest part because as soon as you start, you kind of go from point to point and you're like, oh, this is easy. But at first, that's when you're like, oh my god, I have like 50 points to fit into this one section. How am I gonna do that without it just turning into sluggish nonsense? And you know, while I'm watching, a bit backtracking, but while I'm watching the show, I start the costume. Not necessarily costumes per se. Sometimes I go a little bit more accurate, sometimes I don't. It depends. But overall, I still want to have a cool outfit for each section that is kind of interesting or cute. Usually, I try to find everything in my wardrobe. It's really hard to do that. So, you know, I always end up buying something, but I try not to because especially if it's something that I'm not going to use, it's a little bit, you know, I try to first thrift, and then if I can't find it in the thrift stores, you know, then I'll go and I'll buy something. The way that I usually work is writing and costumes are at the same time. Then I move to printing and proofreading of each individual section while I'm still writing the other sections. So I would print one of the sections that I already finished, and usually, yeah, I have to go somewhere to print it because I don't have a printer. Printers are expensive. Well, good ones are expensive. And the other ones break all the fucking time, and then you make so much waste. It's such a massive thing that breaks. Corporations are fuckers, honestly. They keep on making waste. And we have to participate in it if we want to have things that would make our lives possible. It's exhausting. But in any case, I have to go and I have to print it. And it is funny sometimes because, yeah, like in my last one, I had to print out a target with Byron's face.
That's what I like to see.
It's weird sometimes, okay? In some instances, I don't have any pictures or anything like that to print out, but in some instances, I do. Before I film, I have to proofread everything and prepare the images if I am kind of doing a presentation type of deal. If it's, for example, a design portion where I have to be going, here's an outfit, and this is what I like, this is what I hate about it, blah, 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 so I can open them while I'm speaking, you know? Otherwise, my computer also freaks out when I have too many files. That's why I try to screen record instead of using random images on top of it, okay? Is this too much like a lecture? Whatever. So I do all the proofreading, all the preparation on that day, and then the next day I finish up outfits. So I went thrifting and I made so much progress. Like, look at this. Dylan is completely done. Berdine is completely done. But that's actually not from thrifting. That was from yesterday from buying stuff online. Got the belt, got the pants, shoes, top. Basically, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 things left and I'll be done. What's up? What's up? This is Berdine's outfit. I even have the tiara. And this is gonna be Sasha's pants. I lost a little blingy thing here. I need to fix it up. I keep on washing these jeans and the problem is that they smell weird. Like since I bought them, they just smell weird and I kept on washing them and it just doesn't work. I also washed it with, you know, like soaked it in vinegar. That's what people say you should do. Whatever, it doesn't work. These are shoes for Berdine and I've got, all of this stuff is for Dylan. I need to cut the pants down there. I got this, but this is not the right color scheme for his shirt. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was correct. I even checked the picture. I don't know what was wrong with me, honestly. For Yasmin, again, this pants and the shirt. And also, I guess for Chloe, those like capri blue pants. So I needed to make the illustration because even the best pictures that I could find, which was really high resolution pictures of dolls, the images on the doll tops were obviously very tiny, which means that even if I remove the background and I make it a PNG and everything, it is still a very grainy type of image. So I just decided to redraw everything, or kind of line everything on top of it and just call it a day, because that would be the only way to make it look okay blown up. So that's what I did. I just found the crop tops for both Chloe and Sasha. I do need to add rhinestones to the top for Sasha, so I put Sasha top here. But in terms of actually getting the thing, I have found both. What am I filming? Like, why am I like this? Literally the worst influencer. Fill this in. Okay. Now Sasha's top. Literally, what is this? You can't see anything.
That should keep us up to date for now, but you never know what's going to be the next hot thing. Gotta keep them peeled.
Бабушка Хопа, бабушка Хопа, бабушка Хопа.
So we've got Yasmin. Things that I need to still do for her is basically these headphones. I need to paint them silver. I have this hair, these extensions, the pink ones. Hopefully they're gonna look good, but I need to fix the wig. I genuinely don't know whether I should be using the black one or the brown one, because technically Yasmin usually has brown hair, but in this particular outfit her hair is quite dark, so the brown that I have is a little bit too light. I don't know, guys, I don't know. Oh, also look at these glasses that I found at the thrift store.
Slays, by the way.
Two baddies, one.
So I'm getting ready to film the gaming part, and I'm gonna be dressed as Dylan. No, I put some concealer and foundation on, so looking very pale right now. It is very weird to be putting on makeup in like a different way to look more like, to look dudeish. And I'm very pale. Like,
Are you okay?
this is ridiculous, honestly, whatever. But I'm gonna bronze up my skin a little bit. Maybe not bronze up, but like just try and contour a little, just so it doesn't look completely ridiculous. I'm gonna try and take pictures today. I also need to film a portion of like a little dance. I'm gonna do an edit of all the characters that I'm gonna dress up as dancing to XG's Shooting Star. Why? Because I wanted to learn the dance because it looked really fun, because I love that song. I don't know, why do I do any of this? For shits and giggles, I guess. Like right now it's 9 p.m. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm like working usually. No, actually, yeah, I am working usually at night, but not like purposefully. It's just everything takes such a long time, and when I start hurrying up, or like I'm doing something a lot quicker than usual, a lot of things kind of slip through the cracks, and then I'm kind of regretting being so frantic about everything. So I try not to go too far with this, because I need to like line my eyes a little bit. Like he's got something going on there. His eyebrows are crazy.
Mr. Dylan.
I'm gonna try to go a bit darker on it. Actually, no. Just gonna match eyebrows to my hair as per usual. The reason why I decided to dress up as Dylan was, one, obviously he's fucking iconic.
Go!
I am but your humble servant.
Obviously. But also, I just kind of felt like it makes sense to dress up like him when my hair is the right length. Like literally dreading filming all the other stuff, because you guys, it's so hard to film it properly by yourself. I have two setups. As much as I like having like different setups, having a different setup just takes time. My little baby is barking because there's someone in the hallway, and that's very scary. Yeah, I need to cut off the pants. I'm gonna show you the outfit and we're gonna work on it together too. I need to hurry up. Let's actually put a little bit of like brown eyeshadow. I kind of want my eyes to still be visible instead of just my pupil, right? Because my pupil is dark, but everything else is like so pale you can't fucking see it. So it looks like my eye is just the pupil from afar, especially when it's on camera. Actually, maybe not. I like don't dress masculine at all, so This is obviously new to me. And I hate that when you film, you can't have like other stuff going on, like listening to music. I don't know how I'm gonna be filming the dance because I don't think I remember it well. I will do my lashes and I will do a little bit of a pencil. This is an old pencil. I need to like replace it, to be honest. So Dylan's outfit, he has shorts on, and those shorts kind of like tan, slightly khaki color, big hoodie on. And on that hoodie, he has a graphic. It's actually really hard to like figure out what the hell is on it. The show itself, even though it's like in 1080p on YouTube, it's not really 1080p. It's been stretched. It's obviously been not been remastered properly. You kind of just have to like guess the fuck is going on. Why did it take so fucking long? Holy shit. You're probably not even gonna be able to see it in the video because usually these lights wash me out a lot. Like even here right now, you can barely see whatever the fuck is going on my face. That's why I'm still like putting some makeup on, even though it's Dylan and he's like, he doesn't really have makeup on per se, I guess. I don't know his life. I wouldn't judge a boy trying to be handsome. Let's do a little bit of nude. Okay, I might have gone too far. The camera just stopped recording because my alarm went off. Anyway, I wonder if I even have scissors in this room or if I'm gonna be looking for them for fucking 300 years. Gosh. Oh, found them. Those khaki pants, which I need to cut. And the thing is, okay, so I got a size and I'm like, I don't know, I don't get men's clothing. I don't pay attention to men. I don't pay attention to their clothes. I don't know anything about them, okay? First and foremost, this is going to be useless because first of all, it doesn't even look like what Dylan's shirt looks like. Cool. The second reason why I'm not gonna need it, because of this thing. Okay, so I got a hoodie, a men's hoodie. Right? Let me show you how big it is.
Bullshit.
Bitch, that's a dress. That's a dress. And the pants, I told you I don't understand the sizing, men's sizing. So this is literally too tight on me. It's supposed to be baggy. And obviously it isn't. I should probably cut it up to here. And then I'm probably gonna have to cut it here a little bit too, so it's not like too tight on me. Anyway, let's cut this bitch. This reminds me of my like first videos on this channel where I was doing like vloggy things sometimes, but vloggy in like a 2020 quirk type of way. Do you know what I mean? Every 2 seconds, I just remember how many things I need to do, even just tonight, just for this little clip for gaming. I think that it might be like, it might gonna be 10 minutes of the video. Maybe a little less. I don't know. Just for this part, I'm gonna have to do so much. Like, why am I like this? Why can't I just do like a simple video and call it a day? It wouldn't be fun though, would it? So, got the shorts. Let me put them on. Not in front of you though. Come on. Hope I don't judge. These bitches are like too tight. Oh my god, they're so short. Fuck. My ass really is deceiving. What the fuck is this? Like, how is it supposed to look like a guy? Let me think. It's okay. You're not gonna be able to see it most of the time in the video, right? Let's prepare our hoodie because just having a hoodie is not enough. We need to have his graphic on it, right? I found a picture of a doll that had this graphic, okay? I zoomed in. It was blurry as hell anyway, but I could actually see what's going on there, so I redrew it slightly. So yeah, let me cut this out. I'm gonna use double tape, and do I think that's gonna look cute? Kinda. I'm fucking hoping so, girl. Like, oh my god, so many people were complaining, like weirdos were complaining about me swearing in my other videos, and it's like, okay, what about it? Like, what is so offensive to you, girl? Like, I'm not swearing at anybody, and that's the only thing that counts. Especially English swear words, they're not that bad. They don't feel bad. Maybe it's me being a foreigner. Maybe I'm not as sensitive to it because it's a foreign language. Maybe that's what it is. But Actually, I do swear in my native language too, so I guess that's not really a correct assumption. Okay, so let me put the hoodie on. This is why I don't wear oversized clothing, okay? Because if it's not, actually, even if it is a few sizes bigger, and by a few sizes, I mean like a ridiculous amount of sizes, okay? It still doesn't look the pretty baggy type on me because it looks... You can still see where my ass is. That's what the problem is, okay? You can still see where my hips are. It doesn't fold nicely. Maybe if I like fold it like this a little bit. This is so stupid. Whatever. My god. Okay, I forgot that the tape was on my lap. Did you have to be this loud about it? I'm so out of breath today. It might be anxiety or like blood pressure. I'm one of those people that feel lightheaded a lot, pass out a lot. It's a fun time with me. Okay, so I'm putting some tape on. It's not slow at all. My mic. I think so too. Hope it just keeps on watching me like, okay, girl. Like, I'm probably going to bed at like 1 today. Have you ever seen those like baking ASMRs of strawberry shortcakes? That's some good stuff. Let me cut off a little bit of this tape, bitch. Hi, chicas. This is like what basketball players had going on in my high school. Is there a brush over here or do I have to like go somewhere else to get it? I don't want to. His hair just does not... It's quite short at the back. So I think I need to like put it up a little bit because otherwise it's gonna look a little bit off. Just remember that I'm gonna have to like reposition all the lights. I think I'll take my meds, have some tea, set everything up, and I'll be good to go. And me. Okay, this is just a little update while I'm putting on my makeup again because, for the love of God, last time I got dressed as Dylan and all that kind of stuff. Didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to, okay? This is extremely annoying to me, not gonna lie. Right now, I already put my lights and like all the other stuff, already preparing to film again because the problem was with the audio. So the audio double recorded, okay? It recorded itself on top of each other, so it's not 2 mono tracks. I did a test and it was totally fine then. Wasn't fine after. If you're wondering if I'm pissed, I sure am. I am working on the wig. I have to curl it, but I don't really know how I can do that, if I can do that. There's a chain in it, which is not great. It's gonna take a while. Going to open a wig that's gonna be for Jade. You can probably hear the sound. I'm pouring water to wash the wig. I basically put a little bit of the detergent into the bucket. You should be washing it with something that can wash synthetic stuff, so not shampoo or something. Okay, let's go make tea. I hate touching wigs, and I wish I knew what that was about because Like, what's the problem? Honestly, like, why am I like, look, grossed out when I touch it? Hope I came.
She's so tiny. He's so small. Look at her.
I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but I also have some tape that it's for the other outfits too, so we'll see how that goes. But so this is the top. I have these, and one of those tapes, I'm gonna be using the pink one for Yasmin's outfit. But yeah, it's gonna be this thingy. I really don't think it's gonna be enough though, but it also has this stuff. I think I'm gonna use this one. I'll try and make it work, and then I'll show you the result. Why am I doing this? Like, this doesn't even look good. This is okay. I should have done it this way, but then that wouldn't have looked good either, and I wouldn't have enough rhinestones. I don't know. Okay. So I'm recreating this Sasha's look, obviously, and she has really light makeup, which obviously you can see on her because she has dark skin tone, but not my ass. I think that the lightest shade I have, shadow or literally anything I could use, this is the lightest thing I have right here. We'll do this. I already put some here. You can see that it's a little lighter, but it's like way too subtle. You know, there's still something in her crease. We'll make it darker in the crease, maybe with some brown actually. Yeah, so I went with something like this. It's a little bit lighter and has sparkly. It's sparkly basically. And I'm gonna do my eyeliner right now. I did these with brown, but for Bratz it definitely needs to be black. It definitely needs to be a lot more dramatic. Yeah, and I want some tea. I haven't done black liner in a really long time. I literally use the pen for eyebrows. Usually I use my nails to like sharpen stuff, remove any of the unnecessary color, but my nails are super short right now, so it's like not very, it's not useful. I think I made it a bit too high right here. It's not good for my eye shape. Do I have to put the damn wig on? Got a lot of things that you gotta do in day and night. Feel like it never stops. I'm like so stressed they're gonna fall off before I even film anything. And I'm not done with the makeup yet. Just the lips are left. I should fucking film already. Why am I always taking so long to do like everything? Just makeup, hair, everything is like always such a long fucking process, especially when it needs to be like a specific way. If it doesn't need to be a specific way, like I'll be done really quickly. So first you put your hair in like half up, half down situation, then the rest is also put into a ponytail. A lot of the Bratz had this hairstyle in the show. It's kind of cute. You might be seeing something I'm not, since you saw it from the back. I'm just gonna go with it. And I'm gonna go with this So Juicy lip gloss, but first I'm gonna clean it up a little bit because this bitch like keeps on leaking. I'm not super into the way that it feels. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna film. I'm going to film.
Girlfriend, stop! Get back in the car! What's up?
Okay, update. So I'm dyeing this skirt for Jade's outfit and it needs to be pink. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna add some salt, a bunch of it actually. And then I need to use this thingy. Why am I like this? Okay. Oh, okay. So I added the dye and then I started around with this skirt itself. Don't ask. I I think I might have overdone it with the color, with how much I added. Oh. So I have these old as fuck chopsticks. They said stir for 10 to 30 minutes. Are you insane? Stir this entire time? I'm afraid the pink is not gonna be as pinklish as it's supposed to be. Anyway, for this outfit, I also need to cut a shirt to be an undershirt. It's also pink. And then on top, I'm gonna put in a black tank top that I'm gonna cut, like, cuts right here. So it's the pink peeks through. It's this outfit that I'm working on right now. The chopsticks are getting redder and redder. I'm wearing the skirt already. It's not the right color, but it's not too bad, right? Like, it's just a little bit too warm toned, but that's okay. You're gonna be able to see it only like for like 2 seconds in the video anyway, but in the photos I can also like, I can try and edit it, I guess. I'm not really used to editing photos for Instagram, so but this is like a top that I found. I probably got it for like $3 or something like that. So I'm going to cut off the sleeves. I'm probably gonna have to cut the bottom too to have it under the black shirt. And I got this top also from Vlogilicious to like cut it so it's on top, right? But I think I'm gonna go with this one. I found this top that I like bought like 5-7 years ago. I think it would work better if I cut it, just because this one is ribbed. I don't know if you can see it, but it's ribbed, and I don't think that vertical lines are gonna look okay with this. So I'm just gonna go with this one, even though it's also not ideal because it has this stitching right here. So whatever, it's gonna work better than the ribbed one anyway. Anyway, I made some tea and some like cut ups an apple. Okay, this tea is not hot enough. Wait, let me add some hot water to it. This is supposed to be kind of slightly grungy, I guess. Grunge is a little bit of a reach. This definitely needs to be lower, so I'm gonna probably fuck. I don't know. Also need to cut off like half of it because this bitch could be a dress for me. This is an XS. How is this an XS? Look at this. In what world? It's as long as my skirt. This is nonsense. XS my ass. Micro skirt. Yeah, that's not the right way to do this, obviously. Maybe don't do it like this. Feel like it never stops. Neckline doesn't match perfectly, so I'm gonna staple this. Actually, I gotta eat. Blue, and then darker, kind of like slightly silverish blue in the middle. Not in the middle, but on the inner lid. Okay, this bitch right here. Not gonna lie, I absolutely fucking love blue eyeshadow. I do. It's so cute. Like it never stops. Working overtime. All you really need is a little more.
Don't get up, don't stand up. Please don't put your hand up, and don't make me tell you again.
There's a little more time to get it right. Working overtime. Why does it always take so long? For some reason, getting ready for my own purposes takes like fucking, 40 minutes at most. I think it's because like I know exactly what kind of look I'm doing. I know how to do it. I don't have to think about it too much. And I hate wearing tank tops. Okay, hate is like a bit of a strong word, but especially those ones that are like this one, where they kind of always like start going in like this because of the way that they're structured. I just don't get, it's not cute for some reason. Like I just don't see how it's supposed to be cute. It just doesn't fucking work for me. I don't know. That's when it feels like just too much. New wig alert! You can do this, Lisa. You don't have to give up in the middle. It's okay. It's okay. This wig is so much shorter than it's supposed to be. Fuck. So much when it comes to time. I can't tell what I'm doing. Okay, so this wig is worse than any of my other wigs. This is wonderful. Let's fix the bangs real quick. There's so much fucking hair. Just like getting stuck everywhere. I'm so pissed. And for what? I straight up like hate wigs. I can just stop crying and do the thing. It looks like a wig. No shit. This is not the right placement. I hate when wigs shed like that because it reminds me of losing my hair during chemo. Terrible sensation. Terrible, terrible. It's 4:30. It's starting to drive me insane. It still falls like to the front. I always try to go for like a more realistic take. This looks ridiculous.
I might kill my ex, not the.
You know what? I'm giving up on the nails. Yeah, I really don't think I have the energy anymore to be doing this. But too much energy has been exerted to not do it anymore. You know, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go film.
So do whatever you want. Turn me into a blonde fashion doll if you have to.
Hello. I'm getting ready to film. I wanted to show you the progress on the board. So I'm almost done with the writing part. Right here. See, there's just a little bit of white left to fill. And I filmed the design part. And then I have to write intro and outro. Intro is going to be a little bit long. The outro is not going to be long at all. So I basically have one part left to write. And then I'll be done with writing entirely. 2 parts to film and 3 parts to edit. And I'll be done. I am close. I know that it might not sound like it because I'm still saying like, oh, there's this part I have to do and this part or whatever. But it's definitely maybe 2 weeks of work left. And I've done already like 4 months of work probably. Anyway, I think that I'm pretty close.
That's what I like to see.
I am prepping to film the writing section. For that I need an axe. So I'm making one. There are 2 rolls, I guess, from paper towels. I'm gonna use it as a handle and I am going to use this like that. And cut it off, obviously. I'm gonna put tinfoil on it and I'm gonna use this. Obviously it's a little bit too light, but that's whatever. And I'm going to wrap it around. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Lying about. Hello. I made a pink axe. Been editing this since yesterday or maybe the day before. No, I think yesterday. 11 minutes done. Still got an hour to go. It's 11:55 and I'm just sitting here waiting for the video to render. Oh, whatever. I have outro and intro left. Why is it so poofy here? I am still editing design part. So tired of doing it, you don't even know. I'm just so tired. I hate the editing part. It's always the longest part. Actually, no, the writing part and the watching is probably the longest, but I put the kettle on because I am falling asleep, you guys. Like, it's just so difficult to keep on like sitting and working while sitting down, and I know that this is like a thing for all of us, but or like most of us. Anyway, this is not like a unique experience. Boring as hell. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you soon. So I gotta paint this silver. I'm gonna have to go outside to do it because I'm gonna be doing it with a spray paint. I wish this thing was longer so you could see it better, but whatever. I need to change because I'm wearing, you know, it's a skirt and stuff. It's not a good outfit for painting stuff. I don't want to ruin my clothes. I stapled 2 pieces of paper together. This is the outfit for spray painting.
and my little bunny slippers. I don't know where the wind is blowing, but Pika, you need to go a little bit further away. I changed again because I'm going for a walk now. I need to go print again. I should just get a printer, but it's just, they all break. And they're expensive. I don't want to go anywhere. Oh.
That's what you do to me. Nanako freak on the chiwe.
So I'm working on the Yasmin's outfit. I have a top. It's kind of, technically it's two tops because she has one of those where have this small one and then on top you have this thing and it creates like a little cutout or whatever. I need to modify these. They are not pleasant to wear. They do not breathe. Obviously you can tell that this material is just not for comfort. Put this on the pants. I'm gonna do it with tape. Listen, this is why I'm gonna need Noelle for recreating the looks properly for a video where it's all about like recreating the looks, because I don't know how to like sew properly. I have a belt that I can use. I don't know if it's going to look good with this pink, but we're just gonna try.
Doing that, then you do some more. Finish one thing, then you.
I am working on Yasmin's outfit right now, getting dressed for the final part. So crazy.
Some more.
It's kind of a pretty color. I'm gonna have to do a gray smoky eye type of thing. I also need to put a little star on my face. I don't know if I'm gonna paint it with something because I don't have anything that white that would actually show up on my white skin. I'm hoping that I have like a random sticker that's a star. I literally don't know what I'm doing here because this is gonna be so difficult. I need to put these in. Why did they put it in from the other side? So you have to like pull by the hair.
Then you do some more.
I am the worst at doing hair. I literally cannot figure it out. I think I need 2 on each side. It already took me, like I'm already 2 hours in getting ready.
More. Finish one.
No.
One thing. Then you get another job. Working overtime.
I'm like afraid to drink because it's gonna mess up my lipstick. The bangs on this goddamn wig, they're just, I don't know, from the very beginning I found it really hard to deal with them and now they're worse than ever.
A lot of things that you gotta do. Working day and night. Feel like you never stop. Working overtime. All you really need is a little more time to get it right. Working overtime. Never seems to be enough hours in the day. Everything you gotta. Feel like you never stop. Working overtime.
And then I set up for filming, okay? I have 2 types of setups. One is this one where I sit in my room and I film in front of the window, and I prefer this setup just because the lighting is easier to control. I do have to film with lights sometimes because the sun sets really quickly in the winter, as you know. This is my primary location for filming, especially for videos that are quicker and that don't require a bunch of different setups. My deep dives usually require a few setups, so I have 2 main ones. So let me explain. So I use this LED type of lights. I would not say that they're the best. They're not really that powerful, but it's enough for me, and it's very cheap, you know. I had lights that were more professional than this, the ones with like a bunch of light bulbs and other shit like that, but the light bulbs that I had went missing and they cost like a fucking fortune for some reason. I don't know. So I just kind of decided to use this. I use 2 of those. One usually has one of those orange gels on it. You don't have to have a gel on it, but I prefer to have one orange one and another one that's usually I leave it without a gel actually because the light is quite cool. It's like really white, but I like to balance it out a little bit so it's not very cool tone. I still have to color correct afterwards anyway, but this is just like a little thing that makes it easier for me later. Anyway, so I have 2 of those and I usually point them at each direction like this. When I'm filming in front of the window, this is the ideal situation. I don't have to be filling in any shadows or anything like that, so I prefer that. In this case, I am using a mic. It's just a Yeti mic, and I really like it. I know that maybe some people don't like the sound of my videos, but I like it. I like what the mic sounds like. The only problem is that it doesn't have automatic control of volume, right? Of gain. I usually use a little tripod on my windowsill with my phone, just my camera phone. And I use my computer, especially OBS, to record my voice or to record my screen. If I'm doing a recording in a different room, somewhere where I have, a white wall, I use those 2 lights as well, but I also add another light, just a regular light, a lamp basically. I just kind of point it towards me, so I have 3 lights, and it kind of makes it a bit more proper in terms of actually having enough light. And for that, I actually have to use a tripod and a camera. Now with this camera, I'm gonna show you the one that I use. If you need something to be 4K, I don't usually do 4K, I usually do 180p. If you need something that's literally 4K and is specifically, for videos, this is what I use. This is a Blackmagic camera, and unfortunately, my current stash of lenses, they are Canon lenses and they don't work with this camera. So I have to borrow a Sigma lens to film with this camera. I would recommend it for those of you who want to do more filming. Like if you want to be in video and you want to be a videographer, get a video camera, not a photo camera. Both are able to do both, but one is going to be better for video recording in general. So this camera, it has a lot of capabilities. It's a little bit harder to manage because of how big the files are. But if you want higher quality, then you can use this type of camera, and it's gonna be more of a raw footage, so you could do a lot more with it. Now for me, this is the reason why I oftentimes film in my room with my phone camera, because for most videos I don't need that. For some videos I do want a bit more variety. Sometimes I do want to film in front of the wall, and when I'm filming in front of the wall, I have to have my camera further away from me, and that means that I need to be able to monitor myself, right? And it is next to fucking impossible when your screen is very tiny. This camera has a big fucking screen, okay? But the problem is it doesn't flip out because it's big, you can't really do that. However, even though that is the case, I have this thing that's usually used again by videographers. You will see that on sets if you ever do photo shoots with some behind the scenes video being taken and whatever, or like commercial filming. So I have this is a pretty big screen. It's literally the size of my face. You can connect it to your camera and it basically mirrors it, and you can press record off of it and other things like that. I can like zoom in and see if I'm in focus or whatever while I'm in front of the camera, which is important to me because I have to film everything alone. Honestly, if I wouldn't have to do everything on my own, there wouldn't be that big of a deal in terms of monitoring, it wouldn't be that difficult to do. What you do need to know is that the files are pretty big whenever you start using more professional stuff, and it is a little bit hard to manage if you have a laptop to edit on. I have a laptop and that's it. Like I don't have a stationary computer. Maybe again, see in the future, if I start making proper revenue, even enough to pay my bills and maybe upgrade my stuff a little bit, then I will do it. But right now I'm relying on stuff that I got from school or for school back when I was in university and stuff like that. That's why my lenses are not working with this camera, is because my lenses are not even from university. I got them when I was in high school. So they're outdated and they don't really work well with anything. I mean, you can connect them with this thing with an adapter, but this adapter is not, you can't zoom in, zoom out with it and stuff like that, and you lose the connection between the lens and the body. So it's basically, this thing is useless. I just take my friend's Sigma lens and call it a day, honestly, because it's just such a pain in the ass to be dealing with this. Basically, that's my setup. For editing, I use mostly Final Cut because I don't do a lot of heavy editing in terms of transitions and stuff like that, and also I can just kind of make little things in Photoshop and then import them here and kind of make my own little setup going. I don't need to have all of the tools here in the program, so that's why I use Final Cut. I mean, Final Cut is pretty good. There's also DaVinci Code, and Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere, the thing is, you have to be paying about $50 a month. I mean, I think it's 50, but that might be in Canadian. Look it up yourself, but it's pretty expensive to have Adobe Premiere and Photoshop, for example, because they don't come in a bundle, so you have to like pay separately for them, which separately means you have to buy the entire Adobe suite. Okay, the thing is, if you don't have the money for Adobe Suite or Final Cut, you can also use DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is basically it's made by the same people who made that camera that I showed you, the Blackmagic, but it's their editing software, and it's free, so you can actually use it for free. If you have any specific questions, ask me, because I might be forgetting something. Okay, until the last 2 parts of filming, I still make weekly videos at the same time.
Doesn't happen overnight, it's something we work at.
I usually try to stop making those videos when I am 2 weeks away from finishing the deep dive. This is kind of my process. Ask me any questions, because I know that I forgot something. Definitely. I think that from now on I'll make little vlogs right after deep dives where I show you how I made my outfits or how I wrote stuff. Just like a little fun vlog or whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.